You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence. What's up? We're back. This is episode 130 for Proud Mary. This is a film starring Taraji P. Henson, a sort of modern blaxploitation movie about sort of a modern blaxploitation movie. I'm just trying to roll through it.
I agree with Terrence.
A modern blaxploitation movie starring Taraji P. Henson as a hit woman who saves a kid, and then she has to sort of take on some bad guys to protect him. So, Micah, you picked this movie. So
No. This is what happens. All right, look, this is what happens. I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit. All right? The three of us have meetings on what movies we would like to do, right?
Yeah, and then sometimes one person feels really passionate about it.
And
sometimes one person feels really passionate about not doing the movie. Go ahead.
Sometimes, to his credit, sometimes one person feels really, really passionate about not doing a movie that he actually paid to see, and sometimes, you know, well-intentioned people suggest that we do that bad movie purely for the jokes, right? Mm-hmm. And so in this case, the well-intentioned person was me. But this is a democracy. That you know, there are no unilateral decisions. Right. You know, so I say, all right, well, maybe we should do Proud Mary. That's available on digital. And Terrence said no, but didn't come up with nothing else.
Okay. This is where we're going with this one. All right, that's cool. That is perfect.
And Jay,
I like how he gave you a little bit to hit you over the head.
And Jay was like, "Oh yeah, sure, that's really awesome. I love Empire. I'm sure Proud Mary will be great."
I've never seen that show.
So it was a 2-1 decision that we do Proud Mary, and I apologize for even bringing it up.
I thought that this was probably going to be bad because I was okay to do it just because for the jokes or what have you. I didn't realize it was going to be this bad.
Yeah, like this isn't like fun bad. Like this is just bad.
Yeah,
like, this is just mediocre filmmaking 101.
Yeah, is it mediocre?
Yeah, because technically the word mediocre means like in the middle, like just getting by, and this is actively bad.
Okay, I'm gonna save some of the things I have to say about this, but yeah, okay, I would agree with that.
This film was not screened for critics. Mm-hmm. It was not advertised for the public either, because nobody knew when this shit was coming out. And Taraji P. Henson, a local woman from Washington, D.C., she was vocal about the fact that no marketing was being done for this movie. And it's not because, this was a black woman in a lead or anything like that. It's because this movie's not good.
Yeah, I need people to let that go. Like, it had nothing to do with the fact that it's a black film. Literally nothing.
Now that I have seen it, I can 100% assure you that the poor marketing push for this movie is because it was bad. Yeah.
What's your score there, buddy?
No, out of 5. This is a no, yo. This is a 0. This is a 0.
Wow.
This is a 0. Because at least those other movies
for this episode,
those other movies that get low scores, like the Tyler Perry movies and stuff like that, like the Carl Weber movies, like
no,
they don't get low scores.
Those are I'm talking about poor quality. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Like those movies are of poor quality, but they are entertaining. This movie isn't even entertaining. This is not entertaining on a base level, and this is a big goose egg. This is my jersey number in basketball out of 5.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. God damn. That's perfect.
Man.
Okay, for me, I didn't realize it was going to be this bad. I just didn't.
I told y'all niggas when I saw it.
No, I know. Look, you were 100% correct.
But I thought this was going to be one of those like when the bow breaks situations, right? Like you had seen when the bow breaks in the
I
theaters.
enjoyed that movie. It was fucking terrible.
It was terrible,
But
right?
it was entertaining.
Yo, this is
one
not.
is not.
This is not entertaining.
And actually, I would argue that it's not just not entertaining; it's infuriating. Like it is in parts because I can tell, and I didn't know this until I just looked. I can tell it wasn't directed by a black person. I can tell 100% because there are things that are so on the nose of blackness that is not like. When black people generally make films, especially sort of blaxploitation films, or maybe even like kind of modern style blaxploitation films, they try to give you like, there's some like overt things about blackness, right? Like, just general style and things like that. But generally things are a little bit more subtle when it comes to music choices, for instance, where maybe you would have a blaxploitation inspired soundtrack instead of a needle drop soundtrack that is so unbelievably on the nose. It's like, all right, really? This is what we're playing now? Okay, I get it. Oh, wow. Is she going on a journey? Oh, okay, great. Why don't we play Earth, Wind, and Fire? Like, all right, guys, come on. Like, cut to this thing happening in September. Here's another Earth, Wind, and Fire song. Like, come on, come on. This shit is ridiculous. And no, Micah's score of a 0, I think it's a bit harsh. I do think it's a bit harsh. I think a solid half a star is more than reasonable. And that's really just to throw Mike under the bus. Like, that has nothing to do with the quality of the film. It's trash. It is terrible. The funny thing is, I don't even think Taraji P. Henson is that bad in this movie. Like, I just don't think she was given anything to fucking work with.
Yeah, what I do like about this movie is she's
trying to make something work.
She's trying to make something work, and it is something that you don't see black women do. You don't see them as, badass assassins, right? So I get why she would want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just
I think it's a discredit to her talent as an actress. I think it's a discredit to blaxploitation films. It just feels cheap, and apparently the budget was like somewhere between $14 and $30 million. I didn't see it on screen, except for the Maserati that they rented. That's it. No. This is a half a star for me. That's it. Or 0.0, or 0.5 out of 5. Like, that's it.
I told y'all. I don't know what the fuck to say.
Are you giving this a dude I told you?
Yeah, that's gonna be my score. Dude, I told you out of 5 because this is not good. I remember when we finished watching it in the movie theater, we just came out and we're like, well, that was a movie.
Yeah, I remember the other person you're talking about. Yeah. So that's the review she told me. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's it. It was a movie. Again, it just sucks. Like, I don't know I don't have very much to say about the quality. Like there was one decent action sequence at the end of the movie, and even then, it wasn't that great.
Was it? Was it good?
Look, I don't even know why I'm here. Honestly, I didn't even watch it again. I didn't. Like I no. What happened was I turned it on and did other things, so it was on in the background, so I could kind of like refresh my memory on some of the things that happened. And I was like, whatever, I'll get here and do it because I don't give a fuck. Now I remember scenes. We'll go through it. That's it. I told you out of fucking 5.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you never been more right in your life. God damn. Like, I can't believe how bad this movie is. Did they shoot it in a weekend?
Yeah, like a day?
Yeah, it felt like a work day. Like they shot it in a work day.
They were like, just wrap it up. Wrap it up. Sun's going down. Let's come on. Come on. We'll put in some B-roll. We're done. Come on. Like, this shooting schedule could not have taken that long. It couldn't have taken more than a week and a half. It could not have.
Yeah.
And it's also short. It's 88 minutes.
Yep.
It's shorter than the first episode of the newest season of Black Mirror. They did a whole goddamn movie. Nah, yo. I'm good.
Yeah, this was, and it's just weak. Like the blaxploitation font in the beginning. I'm like,
Yeah.
That pissed
All
me
right.
off from the jump. It really pissed me off from the
like
jump.
this is not a blaxploitation movie. It's not a
No.
modern blaxploitation movie. Doesn't have any of the tropes of a blaxploitation movie. It's not.
No, it's got a few of the tropes, but
What?
they're
music?
so they're so lightly touched on. It's,
You okay? When we go through this movie, you point the motherfuckers out because I ain't seen them.
no, I will. But here's the thing. This goes back to what I said earlier. This is how I know it's done by someone who's not black, right? The director is Iranian because he watched blaxploitation movies and didn't get the culture of it. He just was like, bright colors, black music,
That's it.
badass. Maybe a little kid they help. Roll. Like, that's it. That's it. Like, I just named all the blaxploitation parts. Those are it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, look, I didn't say it was a lot. I'm just saying that but it's a surface view of black culture, which is really the crux of my issues with this movie. Is it doesn't actually deal with blackness or deal with like the undergirdle of those things. I mean, it takes place in Boston. It doesn't even take place in a black
I
city.
didn't even know where the fuck it took place until halfway through the goddamn movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't even take place in. It takes place in the most racist city in America, and they're like, "Yeah, it's a blaxploitation movie." Damn, nigga, you ain't even put it in New York, somewhere in North Carolina, Mississippi, somewhere, Baltimore, any place? No, in the middle of fucking Boston. Okay, cool. When we put it in Cedar Rapids, like, what the fuck? It makes no sense. It's just stupid.
All right.
It doesn't even deal with racism.
Let's get this over with.
It doesn't seem like the way you should be handling this at all.
This is one of those situations where I will tell you up front.
You're gonna try to burn through this movie in like 45 minutes.
If you feel like there's something that you would like to talk
We gotta
about,
play OK Stop like on Love It or Leave It and shit. Slow down.
you let me know,
That's funny.
and I will accommodate.
All right, that's fair. He's just like, I'm just going for it. I knew you were gonna do that. Like, I want to get this shit over with. We have another episode to film.
So we see Mary suiting up. right?
Because her name is.
Yeah, because her name is Mary.
I got it.
She's Mary, and she has a lot of pride.
Oh boy.
We see
out.
Mary suiting up, right? And she's doing push-ups and
It's 2 movies in a row. Women doing push-ups. Amazing.
yeah.
She's doing like inverted push-ups almost.
Kettlebells. I see you.
Yeah.
There's a shot of her in the shower.
Okay with that.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with
So
that.
far, it's a 5 out of
The
5.
shower silhouette.
The movie is playing Papa Was a Rolling Stone, and I texted these guys, and I'm like, what the fuck does Papa Have a Rolling Stone have to do? Like, this is a song about an absentee father. Like, what does this have to do with her suiting up and shooting somebody? I kind of figure out what happened. What's the deal with that song later on?
Yeah.
How couldn't you not? It's on the nose.
Did Lee Daniels produce this?
I think this Iranian dude saw a bunch of Lee Daniels films and was like, "Oh, that's how it's done."
Excuse me. This Iranian gentleman also directed London Has Fallen, which we also know is a very light touch film, right? You know, just
Nothing.
just a dab into like little things here. and
All subtlety in London Has Fallen.
there. London Has Fallen. Very light touch.
Christ.
She puts on a blonde wig as a disguise, which immediately made me go flaccid. And
I like that. I like the idea of a black woman wearing a blonde wig makes her stand out less.
right, just a platinum blonde, obvious wig.
Right. I think that woman's an assassin coming down the street. Like, yeah, it's not La Femme Nikita, guys. Calm down.
She goes into a room. She goes down a long hallway into a room, kills a dude, and she scopes the place out for a bit. And she sees a kid, playing some video game, and she's like, "Oh well, I can't really murder this kid because I'm an assassin. I get paid to murder people, but I don't want to kill this kid because It's a kid, which means you're a poor assassin, because that's called a loose end. I wonder if that'll come back to haunt you in this movie. Maybe.
So now we understand the whole Papa's a Rolling Stone thing.
Well, it's definitively, answered later when in the kid's backstory when he's like, "Oh yeah, mom finally left that bastard, but she forgot to bring me." Like, oh,
wait, what?
Yeah, that's a quote. That's a line later on.
So that's not his dad?
That's his dad. Yeah. I'll explain it later.
Okay, because I think that's the part where I fell asleep. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so sorry.
Yes, that is the boy's father, and
it was fucking boring.
and apparently, the father was a bad dude, and the mother left. But then he was like, "But she didn't take me, so I had to stay with him." Like, well, then he's not really a Rolling Stone to you because he's with you.
No, Mama's a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, Mama rolled the fuck out.
Yeah, she got the fuck up out of there
and laid her church hat wherever that was her new home.
Thank you very much.
Cut to 1 year later after this hit. The boy goes into a creepy guy's house to deliver a brick of coke. Creepy guy stiffs that kid for $500.
Nah, yo.
The boy pulls out a gun and is like, "Nah, yo, you $500 short." And the creepy guy is like, "All right, look, there's a grip in the fridge. You could take about half a grip." And then the boy is like, "No, I'm gonna take the whole grip. I'm gonna have the full grip." And then he
see, I feel like your dialogue is far better than what we got.
Look, it's I'm getting more laughs from that than this shit.
That's fair.
We get another needle drop. And I mean, this one is so on the nose, like the way this shit is shot, right? Like it's Anthony Hamilton's Coming From Where I'm From.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Here's the beginning lyrics of this song and the lyrics that play while this kid who's pretty much on his own is going around town trying to make it, right?
Is it a white guy stiffed me for $500? Then I held him up. Because that's what he should be at this point in the movie.
Sitting here, guess I didn't make bail, got time and a story to tell. Started when I was 9 years old. Woke up and my daddy was gone. Started hustling, they couldn't tell me nothing. Like, come on, like, all right, those three lines right there just illustrated the movie, just in case
you didn't get it,
you didn't see it with your eyes and hear it with your ears. This shit is so bad, yo. I can't stand on the nose needle drops. I don't have a problem with needle drops.
No, needle drops can be great,
right? But I do have a problem when you're using a needle drop
to narrate
your story, right? You shouldn't use a song that you hear on the radio as exposition, guys. That's not good filmmaking in any stretch of the imagination. We see that the boy is being watched by Mary from afar. The boy heads to his boss, who chides the boy for stealing a couple of bucks to buy food, even though he got an extra $500.
Yeah, shit didn't make any sense. Even my wife was like, "What the fuck is that? That doesn't even make any sense." I was like, "I don't understand criminal code either. I don't get it."
You just stole from me though, but you weren't expecting to get that. But I got it now.
Well,
you got it from me, and then you stole it.
And then he did one of the most disrespectful things you could do to somebody.
And then he backhanded the boy, and I bust out laughing. And that was the only emotion the only joyous emotion that I got out of this movie.
I did like his reaction to the
backhand him. He backhanded him so hard his legs were weak for the rest of the day. I was like, yo, he only backhanded you, yo. He didn't stomp you out.
He backhanded
old
his
enough
ass
for that backhand not to do that much fucking damage.
He backhanded his ass into like a cabinet. Just like, oh, like his shoulders fucking broke down. That shit was hilarious.
Like imagine that scene of Thanos punching Iron Man and Iron Man's reaction. But imagine if Thanos backhanded Iron Man and Iron Man gave that same reaction.
Yeah. No, like that. Look, the backhand is, as we've discussed, is one like, oh, his head hit the TV or whatever. God damn.
Did it?
Yeah. Good. Stop stealing, little nigga.
Oh.
Look at that shit. Look at that shit, yo. Bam, bam. Look, people getting backhanded in movies. I could watch like a supercut of people getting backhanded on YouTube all day.
Man. Yeah.
In films, absolutely.
Backhands are funny, man.
Yeah. Most disrespectful way to smack somebody.
So the boy gets backhanded and he gets sent back out on the street by his boss. His boss's name is Uncle. We get another needle drop. And it's a scene of the boy walking back with his bag, and he's very lonely, and maybe he's slightly misunderstood because he's doing this stuff, and nobody really knows why as the audience, and all of a sudden "Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood" starts playing.
All right, look, I love that song, but stop it. just stop it.
And then the boy's robbed. Somebody robs the boy for his bag.
Yeah, it's like a method.
Yeah. And then the kid runs back, starts chasing him, but he's still feeling the effects of that backhand.
Like, shit.
So he's got like the Jimmy legs, like he can't really move. So he pulls out a gun and shoots it in the air.
Look, that's a good way to get somebody to stop. If I was robbing you and I'm running away and I almost got it and I hear gunshots, I'm good.
Yeah,
you have that back right back.
Yeah.
Not trying to get shot in the back.
Apparently adrenaline saps the energy out of this kid as soon as it's gone away. And he collapses after he gets his bag. And then we see the infamous silver Maserati from
the infamous silver Maserati.
From Proud Mary. Was that a real Maserati, or was that like a Kia Sorento with a Maserati logo on the front?
I would like to think that was a real Maserati.
Nah, now that you said, I want it to be a Kia Sorento. Fuck that.
Kia Sportage.
Oh.
It's a Genesis, a Hyundai Genesis.
There you go.
With a Maserati.
With a Maserati logo on it.
Kia Sorento. That's funny.
So Mary finds the boy and kidnaps him.
I don't think that's how you would phrase that, but okay.
Did she take him against his will?
It wasn't against his will. He was knocked the fuck out.
Oh, so unbeknownst to him.
Not so much kidnapping as much as it's just general stealing.
Ah, okay. Well, he steals the boy. She steals the boy and brings him to her house. Mary feeds him and tells him that she will take him wherever he needs to go. Mary tries to get some information from him, but the boy's a little standoffish, which is, completely reasonable, seeing as how he's been kidnapped.
Okay, so this trope. This is a trope, right? This is the blaxploitation, like the tough, generally the tough guy or tough woman, helping out the neighborhood kid. Like that's a very, very prominent trope in blaxploitation movies. I don't feel like Taraji P. Henson even wants to be there. Like, in this sequence, like she's just kind of like, these are the lines, like for real. Like, bitch, I was Cookie on Empire. Like, give me something to work with. She's like, you want some eggs? Yeah, eggs are good for you. Can you tell me anything? I'm like, fuck, come on.
Person.
Stranger danger.
Taraji,
no, seriously, it's terrible dialogue.
Taraji P. Henson is a very good actress and
a national treasure, if you will.
A very good looking lady. But every time I see her, at least in this movie, she looks like she is smelling shit. And
she looks annoyed.
Yeah, she looks like she just is. You want some eggs?
Oh, she looks like she's sick of this director's bullshit.
Yeah, she looks like she's sick of this shit, man. And
God damn, I should have taken another Tyler Perry movie got offered. I'm doing this shit? I didn't know.
Like, when does the next season of Empire start? She endears herself to the boy and gives him a change of clothes. And she notices severe bruising on the boy and asks if Uncle did it. And the boy's like, how you know Uncle? He's like, don't worry about it. Let's go pay Uncle a visit. And the boy is like, all right, I'm coming too.
Man, if you don't sit your little ass down some goddamn way.
Yeah, sit your punk ass down, boy.
You couldn't handle a crackhead 5 minutes ago.
This actor, this child actor, not good, man. He's not good. He's not good at all.
Oh, he's just a little kid. He's gonna get better.
Nah. I mean, they need to start giving these roles to midgets, yo. They do. Oh, midgets can act, yo. They can. They you know, they they're
one of the
grown.
most profoundly ignorant fucking things I've ever heard you say.
I mean, they have the mental.
Can you imagine they just started replacing all the kids with little people, and they just were like, "Nah, fuck it, no one will notice." Like, bitch, I noticed this nigga's got a beard. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, look, that's what razor blades are for, man. Like, you could take the
You just throwing Peter Dinklage in this role?
No, you take the one black little person that's in every black movie when they need a little person.
Oh, the guy from Black Santa.
Yeah.
Or
the guy from
60?
The guy from
Yeah, he's like
Friday,
60 years
from
old.
Black Santa, like that dude. You
Bad
take
Santa. Not
Bad
Black.
Santa, yeah. You take that dude, you put him in this movie. This movie immediately jumps up 2.5 stars for me.
You're a dickhead. By the way, 2.5 stars would only put your score at 2.5. Right. So just so we're clear, that's not a 5.
So, yeah, what do you think of this kid's acting? I haven't seen him in anything else. I don't even know his name. I can't remember his name.
Is
like I've seen him.
Jahi Diallo. I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was great. I thought it was fine. So we'll see.
Yeah,
I wasn't. Trust me, I was not blown away by it.
yeah, I think he stinks. So the boy tags along, right? They're going to go pay Uncle a visit. And during Mary's confrontation with Uncle, we found out that the boy's name is Danny. And Uncle tells Mary, you know, that Mary's like, you know, what you doing with the boy? The boy is mine. and Uncle was like,
that is not okay.
and Uncle was like, nah, the boy is mine. And if I like to think that Uncle was the Brandy in this situation, and Taraji P. Henson was the Monica, because I like Monica better than Brandy.
Yes, I sided in the great Brandy versus Monica war. I sided with Monica.
Yeah, because Monica is normal and not crazy.
She never killed anybody in a car crash.
There you go.
Oops.
She never got AIDS from that dude from a marriage counselor.
Wait. Oh, in the movie, I was like, wait, Brandy's got AIDS? What the fuck are you talking about? What happened to Moesha?
Oh my God.
So yeah. so Uncle was like, nah, the boy's mine. Maybe when I'm done with him in a few years, I'll sell him to you.
Yeah, I don't like that statement at all.
Yeah.
Mary didn't like that statement either. And Mary was like, you know what? Fuck you, yo. Yeah, you ain't gonna live to see a few more years. And she proceeds to kill everyone in the building. What do you think of this little mini action scene, guys?
Here's the thing. You know how when you watch like John Wick or I haven't seen it, but Atomic Blonde or any of those other like the other films where they clearly have trained people to use a gun. Like they've done significant gun training. Like there's a difference in the way actors and actresses hold guns, right? There's not so much of a fear. Like they generally have like a little bit more confidence.
Yeah.
This is a contrast to all that. Taraji P. Henson does not look comfortable shooting a gun at all.
No, she doesn't. At one point, later on in the movie, she's holding guns akimbo, which is dual wielding, and it looks terrible. It looks god awful.
And look, that's not really
not
a
her
slam. Yeah, it's
fault.
not a slam on her. It's that they didn't take the time to do gun training.
Right.
Like if you told me to shoot 2 guns at the same time or what have you, I would also look awkward. Like it's not her. It's just I'm not trained to do that. Like, and if you're around guns more, you become more confident.
Right.
Yeah, that's all. No, I think it's for a movie that's supposed to. I mean, I guess they were like, we don't have the budget for that, which is fine because it's only like a $14 million budget. But for a movie that's supposed to be a movie about a hitman or in this case a hit woman, you would think that maybe they do a little bit more gun training.
Yeah. Yeah. Just to get the Just to get the look down. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's saying to go all Keanu Reeves on it.
Yeah, that dude looks like he could take out 50 people by himself.
Right. Just look like he can.
Yeah.
Back in Mary's house later that night, Mary tells Danny that he's staying with her for a while and that she's got to go out for a bit. So this is the kidnapper telling the victim that you're staying here no matter what, and you're going to like it.
Yeah, a little bit of Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd have shot my shot if I was that kid.
You're gross.
I'd have shot my shot if I was that kid.
You're a fucking psychopath. Anyway, go ahead.
What, for Mary?
Yeah, why not?
He's like 13.
And?
What kind of lunch did you have when you left my house before? What the fuck is wrong with you? Psychopath. Get out of there.
Let's see.
Yeah, if I was 13, I would have too. Anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah, why not? You know.
So is it going to work out? No? All right. I'm going to go play an Xbox. I got you.
Before Mary leaves, she tells him, "Stay out of my room, child. Don't go into my room, child. You know that room over there that looks so enticing to go into? Don't go in there. Now, I'm going to leave, but don't go in there." And of course, the second she leaves, he goes in there, right? Because
Yeah, you bring attention to it.
right. While Mary's out, she goes up to meet with the rest of her crew. Tom, played by that big nigga from How to Get Away with Murder,
Billy Brown.
Billy Brown.
This is the most boring name. I mean, that's not, again, not his fault, but goddamn.
I mean, it kind of is his fault. He can go by Bill.
Bill Brown?
Bill Brown.
William Billy Brown.
Yeah, there you go. Tom, that's him. Walter, played by the guy who played M. Bison in The Legend of Chun-Li.
Yes, it is. Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough, right.
And
Holy shit, that's right.
Yo, this casting is amazing.
and Benny, played by Danny Glover. Now, I do think that casting father and son,
That's pretty good.
yeah, that's pretty good. Benny is Tom's dad, and I think that's very good casting there.
Yeah, my wife was like, yo, they look just alike.
Yeah.
They do. They do look a lot alike.
They do look a lot alike.
They both have a similar large head. By the way, Billy Brown, I'm gonna go on record, is what's the guy who played this stupid military guy in Suicide Squad? Joel Kinnaman?
Joel Kinnaman?
He's Black Joel Kinnaman. He looks like him.
God damn.
Look, this fucking Black Joel Kinnaman. If you put a hat on him and have him say that same stupid ass dialogue, and they're interchangeable.
God damn it. Billy Brown is deceptively large too.
Yeah, he's a really
He's a
big
fucking
guy.
huge guy. I've seen him on How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
That nigga's gigantic.
Yeah, he fucked the shit out of Annalise on a desk.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like,
You're hurting her.
Jesus Christ. That's a 50-year-old woman, man. What are you doing?
Trying to fuck her to the next floor down? Calm down.
trying to blast a hole into forever.
Yo, I don't know how anyone could say that line over and over again every night in a play and not burst out laughing. This is one of the best fucking lines. Denzel Washington is a consummate professional.
So Mary meets up with the crew, Tom, Walter, and Benny, to discuss the rumor that someone on their crew killed Uncle. Now, we, the audience, know that Mary was the one who killed Uncle.
And she looks guilty as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, of course she does.
Like, you're supposed to be a cool ass assassin. She's just like, like, why are you pacing? Why are you sweating? What
Right.
the fuck is going on?
Right.
What is your goddamn problem? You're a terrible professional. She's killed like 900 dudes, and this one she's just like, like, all right. Like, okay.
While Mary is out, Danny is snooping through her stuff, and he sniffs a couple panties, and then he goes off and finds Mary's secret arsenal. Wouldn't that have been really funny? Like if it was just a scene of him just like I'm making this movie better already.
Look, that's not acceptable behavior. But yeah, it's pretty fucking hilarious. I'll give you that. Because that's definitely what you would do.
The next day, Mary confronts Danny about going into her room. And she's like, oh, don't let it happen again. He's like, whatever. You're not my real mom.
I hate you.
We cut to Mary and her crew having a meeting with Luca. Luca is a relative of Uncle and the leader of the Kozlov family.
And the general Eastern Bloc, Russian, Polish bad guy in every movie.
Yes, let me find out this guy's name. It is Raid this was a bad fucking idea.
Zerbedzja.
Yeah, whatever.
He's Croatian.
He is. He will always be known as Boris the Blade.
Yes, that is correct.
For me.
He has been in so many fucking movies. Like, if you look down at the character names, like Vinko, Russian general, like Vukojevic, Onjenj, like they're all Russian names. Like, this dude is Croatian, dude. Like, he's not Russian. They're like, close enough. But he also looks like, in his Wikipedia page, he kind of looks like the most interesting man in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, he's that guy. Somewhere between Croatian and Spanish, apparently.
So yeah, Luca is like, yo, what are we gonna do about this? Yeah, I hear somebody on your crew killed Uncle. It was probably that white motherfucker over there, wasn't it? Because you guys have had beef, and Bison is like, what the fuck? No, I ain't killed that motherfucker.
Bison,
like, fuck you. And Benny is like, he assures Luca that he will look into who killed Uncle, and if anybody on his crew killed Uncle, then they like to get dealt with.
I would have liked to see Danny Glover say they like to get dealt with. Like, I would absolutely pay to see that. Also, what happened to Danny Glover? He no longer has the lisp. I think he got better dentures. Is that what's happening?
Oh, I thought you meant like what happened to Danny Glover and that why is he in this movie?
Well, that is also a valid question.
Because he's another one that's just kind of phoning it in.
Oh. Not even on an iPhone, on like a Boost mobile phone, because he don't give a fuck about this movie at all. Again, how long did this thing take? It couldn't have taken more than like 14 days to shoot. Nobody seems to give a fuck. There's it's a kid. Proud Mary. Yeah, we get it. Shoot, boom, credits.
So Luca thinks that the white man did it, killed Uncle, but he can't prove it. And Luca wants Benny to give up some of his territory as, kind of repayment for killing Uncle. And Benny says, nah, yo, we ain't doing that. So the black family leave and they go back to the hideout. And this punk bitch ass Mary is like, yo, why don't we just give up Walter? I mean, Luca already thinks he did it. He probably did it, knowing that she did it.
Yo, I know. That's so fucked up, man.
I was like, you trifling ass. Like, I mean, self-preservation, I guess, but you going to dime out one of your family in order to do this shit?
She was like, we black. He
right.
ain't black.
I immediately was like, yo, this is some sort of like alternate future where this is Terrence's mom and it's just selling out white people left and right.
So you're saying this kid is Terrence? That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, he kind of looks like Terrence.
You got the same, reasonably same haircut.
No. No.
This kid actually looks kind of like Chris Rock in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Big ass head.
Yeah. Anyway, Mary is like, let's give up Walter. And Benny and Tom are somewhat convinced. And it's like, all right, but you're going to have to do it, right? And she was like, all right.
I'll kill him.
Yeah, I'll kill him, whatever. I ain't like his punk ass anyway.
I do find it funny that it's like you're supposed to be giving this guy up, but you murder him and then be like, yeah, it was this guy. How can you prove that? You know what I mean? Instead of it being like, hey, here's the guy, go after him.
Right.
It seems like a weird contract these killers have with each other.
But I guess there's no honor among assassins.
Yeah, I guess not.
And later on that day, Mary indirectly tells Danny that Uncle is dead, and then they go eat hot dogs.
So she has this conversation at the hot dog stand is utterly ridiculous. He's like, oh yeah, I like hot dogs. Yeah, I just like it with ketchup. And she's like, I like it with the works. And he's like, what's the works? I'm like, yo, you're not from another planet. What's the works? What does that mean? You're a child in America. Like, come on, dog. Like, have you ever had a hot dog before? And so then she's like, oh, I'm gonna get 2 hot dogs. It's like, oh, because she's a tough woman. She eats a lot or whatever. I'm like, why is this a movie? Like, why is this a movie? This dialogue is dumb.
Let me get 2. Like, give us 2 with the works. And it's like, what you gonna eat? I was like, like, fucking come on, yo.
The dialogue is
funny, right? Shut the fuck up, yo. Is this over yet? We done? How much time
we
got?
almost done.
This might be our shortest episode ever.
I'm at the bottom of my first page of 2 pages.
Oh, come on. God damn.
No, we're like 25 minutes in. But then again,
No, we're 41 minutes in. You only got to make it over the hour hump.
All right,
that is
41 minutes in. Where's hot dogs at? I thought
No, I'm saying 41 minutes into the episode.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, we are.
Terrence is getting excited. Oh, great.
They were 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah, we're 30 minutes into the movie, and they go eat hot dogs, and Mary's like, "You want to go eat hot dogs over there?" And the boy's like, "Nah, I got the perfect place to eat hot dogs, in this freezing cold ass
Boston weather,
right? On the rocks by the river. Let's eat hot dogs there." And I'm just like, yo, it's kind of cold, yo. I really don't want to eat hot dogs.
Can I read you?
Water.
Can I read you something? Because this whole conversation about hot dogs reminds me of a quote I did not realize was real until yesterday. Did you hear about this Mitt Romney quote about hot dogs?
Yeah. I did.
Did you know this?
No.
This is an actual quote from a former presidential candidate. My favorite meat is hot dog, by the way.
Yo, like, what's your favorite meat? Hot dog. What?
That's only the first sentence.
Yo, I saw that the other day. I was crying laughing.
I thought it was made up. I didn't realize it was real. Yeah. Mitt Romney also likes hot dogs. My favorite meat is hot dog, by the way. This is my favorite meat. My second favorite meat is hamburger.
My favorite meat is yo, what the fuck?
My second favorite meat is hamburger. And everyone says, oh, do you prefer steak? It's like, I know steaks are great, but I like hot dog best. I like hamburger next best.
That's a kid,
Yo, a child said that shit, yo. My favorite meat is hot dog.
I like hamburger next best is one of the fucking dumbest statements I've ever heard. Wow. Oh, man. That shit literally brings tears in my eyes. This is one of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard.
I was like, wait a minute. This is real?
Yo, I seriously thought it was a joke. I was like, I don't know why everyone's going on about this. I was like, it's obviously a joke. Oh, wait. No, he really said that.
What magazine was it? Was it like Variety or Vanity Fair, some shit like that?
The Washington Examiner.
Oh.
Like a real newspaper.
What's your favorite meat? My favorite meat is hot dog. Boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. I know what you like.
That sounds like a
Favorite
robot
meat,
said
hot
that
dog.
shit.
It sounds
I like
something,
hamburgers.
It sounds like something Trump would say. Not something I would expect to come out of Mitt Romney's mouth.
Oh, shit.
That guy is really... I thought he was smart. Apparently, hot dog, his favorite meat. Hamburger, next best.
I like hot dog.
It sounds like a 3-year-old.
Right. That's what like.
Well, I'll save it. We had a funny conversation about that on Look Forward. Like, it was actually pretty hilarious.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead.
So they talk about Danny's past, and Danny talks about how his dad was a Rolling Stone, apparently, and but that day had custody of. No, not that day. he lived with him because the mom was like, "Fuck this, I'm leaving,"
Yeah, that's fucked up.
and didn't take him.
And so now he eats hot dogs on a cold riverbank.
Yeah, because that's what you do. Later that day, Mary tails Walter, who is out for his 3 p.m. jog.
This guy is fucking anal.
And
Who jogs exactly at 3 o'clock every day?
Yeah, somebody that wants to die, apparently. Because Mary goes out for a jog also and takes him out under a bridge.
She doesn't jog.
No.
No, she jogs like a person who does not do it often.
Yeah.
Yeah, she jogs like I jog.
Meanwhile, we cut to Benny and Tom are caught up in a drive-by.
Actually, Tom was like black Jason Statham.
I can see that.
Yeah, he does.
He's about as good of an actor too. Take that for whichever way you want.
Benny and Tom were caught up in a drive-by, and we presume it's the Kozlovs. Benny and Tom make it out alive, but they suffer a lot of losses in the family. And Tom wants revenge, but he needs proof that it was the Kozlovs because Benny doesn't want to go to war with the Kozlovs if he doesn't have to.
I like that. Like, yo, they just started a war. Like, who else would it have been?
Right.
Like, who else would it have been? This is just silly.
Tom goes to Mary's house because he's been trying to get in contact with Mary, and Mary has not been answering her phone. He goes there and he finds Danny. Dan. And Tom questions Danny. He's like, "Where you from, kid?" You know, "I'm from Jamaica, Queens," or whatever he said. And afterwards, he tells Danny to tell Mary to give him a call.
He's very nonchalant about the whole kid being. Yeah, like he was just like, it's fine. Seems okay.
So Mary comes home, and they get into a ridiculous argument about Tom. Like, this shit was just dumb. And it's like, oh, who's he, your boyfriend? Like, he's acting like a jealous, like Mary's his woman, and he's jealous.
Yeah, because he wanted to shoot a shot, but he never did.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. You gotta hurry up, man. Ain't no rules when it comes to fucking these bitches, yo.
Yeah, I think there's a rule. It's statutory rape, and it's a pretty big rule.
You think he knows what statutory means?
I bet Mary does. She's fucking better.
So yeah, I just felt the argument was just rather silly.
I was gonna say I think most of this movie is rather silly, but go ahead.
Yeah, most of it is just really bad, yo. Mary meets Tom, who explains that the Kozlovs don't really care about Uncle's death, and they're using it to simply as an excuse to take out Benny. Because, you know, if you take out Benny, then the whole family disappears, apparently.
It's not how mob families work, but
right.
Okay.
But okay.
They're more like Hydra, but all right.
Yeah, I never understood that. I never understood that in movies to begin with, right? Like in big war pictures, if you take out the general, then all of a sudden, like, oh no, I don't know what else to do. Let's just give up. Like, wait, what?
Oh, you hope that it fucks with their morale, but no, it generally just makes people more pissed off.
Yeah. And then somebody else steps up afterwards. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Benny speaks with Mary about how they're going to handle this whole situation with the Kozlovs. And she questions why she has taken in Danny. Like, who is this kid? Why do you what you doing with him and stuff like that. Right? Mary and Danny go shopping because they have been invited to Benny's wife's 65th birthday dinner.
Boring.
And
I meant the whole movie, but yeah, that part's boring too.
we get a scene of, I guess this was supposed to be played for like comic relief, of just the kid not wanting to try on clothes. Like and it's the dynamic between the sassy surrogate son and the sassy surrogate mother. and what their black sassiness is like in a Bloomingdale's or whatever the fuck this place is. Like I don't understand the motivations of any character in this movie.
If you're looking for me to give you some feedback, I have none. I too am very confused.
I just don't. I do not get it.
I would just like to say that I fucking told you.
Doesn't it feel good?
It really
good.
does.
Yeah,
it feels great. I'm just
People think I'm
like,
obnoxious. I'm like, no, but it's like a drug. Your dopamine levels are high. I mean, it's great. It's fun.
all right, how far are we into the movie?
We
got 48 minutes. No, actually,
we are halfway into the movie because we are at the dinner. The dinner of Benny's wife's 65th birthday.
No, you skipped over something kind of major, man.
What?
They I'm so annoyed. No, they captured one of Cobblepot's guys.
They captured,
and then they shot nails into his hands and legs. That was pretty dope.
Was it though?
No, it wasn't. I mean, I was just trying to boost it up.
They captured him and they tortured him for 2 hours apparently. Ooh. And he told us everything. Like, all right.
God damn it, Riggs.
And
he told us.
I feel like his list was better now.
No, it's not.
No, you thought it was
no. It was better in the movie that we did last week, which was Come Sunday. He didn't have it in that. He
definitely didn't have it in this.
It's front and center in this fucking movie.
Oh, see, I didn't really notice it. In fairness, I was in and out of consciousness.
No, I saw this bullshit in the fucking movie, so I had to pay attention because I didn't want to waste my money. I did, but I don't fall asleep in the movie there.
Yeah, I only fell asleep in 2 movies. And one of them was a Jason Bourne movie. That's how bad that shit was.
I have fallen asleep in many films that bore the shit out of me. One of them, most notably, was a Michael Mann movie with Chris Hemsworth where he was a hacker.
Oh, Hackers?
Black
Black
Hat.
Hat, yeah.
Hackers?
Yeah, not a Michael Mann movie, by the way. Not at all. Yes, Black Hat. I think I fell asleep through arguably 65% of that movie. It was terrible. I think. I don't really know. Maybe it was good.
Before Danny and Mary go to the dinner, Mary tells Danny that Benny might be a nice guy, but he is not to be trusted. Okay.
Yeah. I've got no read of that at all from his character whatsoever.
Right.
Except for he's a mobster.
Right. But it seemed like everything was hunky-dory with that whole family. But all of a sudden, you don't trust Benny.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever, lady. Benny tells Mary that... Mary tells Benny that she thinks it's time for her to get out of the killing business. You know, she wants to retire. She wants to get out of the life. And
so it's like Superfly. That's also a blaxploitation movie. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
They're remaking that one. I'm sure it'll be good.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're doing it.
No.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You see that guy's perm? It's amazing. We have to do that movie.
I feel like the amount of hair talk that's going to be in that movie, you need to bring Tiara in, and I will gladly bow out that episode.
No, I've already given up my seat if she wanted out. It's too late, nigga. No. I've already given my seat up for that particular episode.
When do I ever get a break? I'll just sit I'll just sit right over there and engineer the whole episode. I'm always here. Nah, fuck that. You two sit through that garbage piece of shit, and then I get to just laugh and chuckle to myself. Just do some typing, some web browsing while you talk about it. Sounds great.
God damn, that's how good this movie is. We're talking about how we can't wait to not do the next bad movie that people are going to want us to do.
Yeah,
it might be more entertaining, honestly.
It probably
will.
From that trailer, the actual trailer that they released. Have you seen it?
No, the new one. No, I haven't seen
That shit looks ridiculous.
it. All right, I'll check it out.
Mary tells Benny, "Hey, I'm trying to get out this life, man. I'm tired of killing people. My biological clock is dinging now that I got this little boy.
Like this.
Now that I'm living with this little boy that I kidnapped, it's dinging, and I kind of want to just be a mom." And Benny tells her that, "Oh, we'll discuss this tomorrow." And Mary goes out. Tom goes out, confronts Mary. And Tom figures out that Mary killed Danny's father, and because he's like, I seem to remember a year ago with my photographic memory, that there was a hit a couple years ago, and you killed a guy because you killed a guy from Jamaica, Queens, and Danny said he told me he was from Jamaica, Queens, and not Dorchester or whatever the fuck you told him to say. Is it this kid? Did you kill this kid's father? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, why didn't you kill the kids? She's like, I don't do kids. And I'm like, that's not what he said, because he's trying to fuck. And she's like, I don't do kids. Right. She's trying to see if you're paying attention.
You know the funny thing is, I
I'm
don't
paying
remember
attention.
any of that dialogue because I was stone cold asleep. Stone cold asleep. I don't remember any of that. Like you telling me that, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That makes this movie have a little bit more dynamic pitch to it. I don't remember any of it. I think I woke up when she was driving the Maserati through the fucking bad guy's lair at the end. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
that was literally the end of
there was
it.
only one reason, and we'll get to that later, because that's something that really, really made me mad. So yeah, Tom figures out that Mary killed Danny's father, and he's questioning whether or not Danny will be able to connect the dots, just like he was able to connect the dots. And she assures him that Danny will not be able to put things together, while also spurning Tom's advances, because Tom is like, but yo, like,
I was there before.
remember what we used to do though? Like, can we do that again?
I mean,
Like,
look, I get Tom's perspective.
I mean, I understand it.
He was like, yo, I almost broke a 50-year-old woman on a school desk. You know what I would do to you?
Yeah, Taraji P. Henson is pretty close to 50 also.
Is she?
She's only in her 40s. She's definitely in her 40s. Maybe she's in her early 40s.
There ain't nothing wrong with her. Nothing.
I think she's like 42 or something.
Oh,
like
really?
that.
Oh, she's my wife's age. All right.
I think so.
Again.
I mean, I might be wrong. I'm not looking at it.
I'll look it up.
So the next morning,
47.
47.
She looks great.
Way off.
Yeah, she looks great.
Mm-hmm.
God bless.
The next morning, Danny tells Mary that Benny said that he's welcome to come over at any time. Mary tells Danny that if anything happens to anybody at any time, you go into my room and you take the money that you saw in there that we, the audience, didn't see in there. But you take the money in that room and you run away. That's for you. You run away and you never come back. And because all of a sudden I feel like you're my son, and I don't understand her motivation. Like, I know guilt is a thing,
Yeah, that's it.
but you're a stone cold killer. You shouldn't feel that damn guilty.
No, not ever.
You had no problem shooting Walter, who you've probably worked with and known longer than this little boy you've been stalking for a year. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
The
Don't give a fuck.
that night we get to another action scene. I think this is action scene number 2. Right before a job, Tom confronts Mary about possible retirement and warns her that Benny ain't gonna just let you out of this life. I know my dad. He ain't gonna let you out this motherfucker.
Oh, cool.
You in this shit for life.
Yeah, this is where I woke up. All right, rock and roll. Let's go.
This is where you woke up.
Well, they were walking down a flight of stairs and shooting. I was like, oh, they're friends again. Whatever. I don't know.
All right, it's the sequence.
Yeah, now let's talk about this sequence since you were awake for it. This is one of the most boring ass shootouts
Yes.
I've ever seen in my entire
Yeah,
life.
It is.
It's not dynamically shot. It's I mean, maybe it's a little more realistic, but
It's as dynamically shot as this show is dynamically shot. Like, one camera, straightforward, us talking. Like,
Oh man,
you know what's also really not exciting in an action sequence is one character with a handgun and the other character with a semi-automatic rifle of sorts with a silencer on it. like they're not firing or they're not attacking these guys silently, right? They're not sneaking around really, because once the shit gets moving, they're just firing out in the open against like 20 dudes.
Yeah.
So why does he have a silencer? Give me some fucking action and just like take the fucking silencer off and just start going to work.
Like
it's boring.
And like there's one scene of them on the steps, and I guess this was supposed to look cool, right?
This
like
was their Mr. and Mrs. Smith moment.
Yeah, like she's going around like, ooh, you know, with like hands looking like clock arms and shit.
But it's slow,
right? And it's really slow, and it's not like there's nothing like exciting about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't even remember the music or anything being like getting me amped up.
No, this is a terribly shot action sequence. It really is. Now, normally in a blaxploitation movie, you would have plenty of action sequences, you know, throughout the film. But I don't know. I guess they tried to make white people the villains in this, but they're not really villains because they're white. They're just generically other bad guys, right? Because like blaxploitation, normally the villain has some sort of racial tinge to it.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't like. That's why I didn't get the blaxploitation vibe from this thing. I know they tried it, but it doesn't work. I got like bad black version of The Town.
It's so far off. I wouldn't even put the town anywhere near The Town. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty wretched.
God damn. That's how you really feel about it.
So Tom and Mary take out some Kovlovs, but they fail to find Luca. And Tom gets back to Benny, but without Mary because Mary got hit. Probably because you're waving your fucking arms around like you're directing a goddamn airplane.
But dude, that scene where she's walking downstairs and she's like, it's not supposed to be in slow motion, but it looks like it because she's moving so slow and she's just like, huh? I'm like, yo, speed it up.
Right.
Speed it up. Also, the blackest moment in this movie is when she is fixing her wound and she's drinking Hennessy from a bottle. Which I found slightly offensive. I was like, all right, that's a little on the nose. Iranian director. But, yeah, black people love Hennessy. And Hennessy's terrible, but, you know.
Benny doesn't want to lose Mary because Mary apparently is, hot shit when it comes to killing people.
Sure.
And Tom is like, I don't want to lose her either, so I think I should tell you about Danny. Like, I don't know why, but he felt the need to do that. Mary patches herself up and realizes that Tom is right and she can't just leave. And another needle drop plays.
Oh, boy.
And I forget which one it was. I stopped caring at that point. And Danny steals one of Mary's guns as Mary is passed out trying to recuperate. And Danny goes to look for Benny. He travels all night. Took him all night and half the morning to get to Benny's warehouse.
That shit is on the other side of the bridge.
Right.
Oh, man.
And Danny asks Benny to let her out of the game. Benny tells Danny to get Mary and bring her here because you don't know, stay the fuck out of grown folks' business.
Yo, I'm gonna need the person who wrote this. I'm gonna need them to start naming every character with a Y at the end of their name.
Yeah,
Billy, Danny, Mary. All right. It's like a bunch of goddamn kids. Why don't you just replace them with little people? Come on, come on.
I mean, it would make it a whole lot better.
I could see this movie done with all little people though.
Yeah, I would love it. Just like
that seems offensive, but yes.
A Vince McMahon produced Hitman movie
starring Hornswoggle.
Just a bunch of little people. Because midgets are funny. Yeah, Benny tells Danny to get Mary, and Danny pulls a gun out on Benny. And there's at that point where Benny tells Danny the truth about he and Mary's relationship. He was like, yeah, did you know that she killed your daddy a long time ago, and she never told you that he was your father, but that she killed him. And I'm like, okay, so you hate Mary now, don't you? Like, well, she killed him on your orders, so why,
Yeah, nigga, what the
why
fuck?
shouldn't I just pull this fucking trigger then? But
He was like, I was a good cop back in the day when I had a white partner. You could just find in your heart.
then I shot a diplomat, and things started to go downhill for me.
Oh boy, that's true.
Oh man, Mary comes in to we are in the home stretch. What
23 minutes. 23 minutes left. 10 minutes of credits. Yeah, 13 minutes.
All right.
Look, most of this is just bad action at the end.
What are we on recording time? Have we hit an hour?
Oh yeah, we're over now.
All right, good.
Yeah,
Woo, you got your money's worth. Good.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 5 minutes, so you good.
Mary comes in and confronts Benny
Oh, he about to go to double time now.
and saves Danny.
Mary comes in, mad shots, credits.
Banging off.
Mary tells Benny
Jesus.
that she is getting out. She was like, you know what, fuck this show. I'm getting out, and I'm taking this boy that I kidnapped. And I'm like, don't forget that shit, yo. Like, she kidnapped that boy. she shot his father and then kidnapped his ass.
Taraji P. Henson looks really great in this thing. I will say that.
And
She looks annoyed, but she looks great.
she's like, this shit ain't over yet. And Benny tells her that he owns you, that he owns that ungrateful bitch. And I can listen to Danny Glover call somebody an ungrateful bitch all day. Like, those are two words that you just never hear come out of Danny Glover's mouth.
Not enough.
Ungrateful bitch.
Bam.
So yeah, she's like, you know what? Fuck you, yo. Well, first he says, you're going to train Danny just like I trained you. And if you leave, then I'm going to find your ass. Tell me you understand. And Mary's like, yeah, I understand. Pow! And it kills him. Danny had left, and Mary kills Benny, shooting him, and then shoots her way out of the place. Tom finds his dead father and is informed that Danny went upstairs, then he came down, and then all of a sudden, Pops is dead.
No.
So he thinks that Danny killed Benny.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
I guess. Danny and Mary talk about the truth, right? Like, why didn't you tell me you killed my dad? And, well, it's kind of a tough subject to broach, kid. You know.
You didn't even know what, the works was on the hot dog. You weren't ready for real conversation.
Right. You wasn't right. If you didn't know what the works was on a hot dog, how you going to know what it meant by I worked over your dad? Like, it just doesn't. No, I can't help you with that, kid. And
Nope.
But after finding out this news, he's still all good.
Yeah.
It's like,
That
hey,
you murdered my father and left me homeless and a drug dealer 1 year prior.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, no, you're cool, though.
it's all good though, man. It's
Thanks
all
for making
good.
me eggs.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
They air all their grievances and realize that they need to flee. Eventually, Danny is kidnapped by Tom's men and brought back to the hideout. Tom questions Danny about how he could kill Benny alone, and Danny tells him, look, I didn't kill him. And Tom was like, yeah, I was afraid of that. So Tom texts Mary that he has the kid, and we get the last needle drop.
I hate this so much.
Tina Turner's version of Proud Mary.
Why would they?
Proud Mary, a song about a riverboat. Big wheels keep on turning. Proud Mary keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. What the fuck? This is happening.
And this is played throughout the entire last action sequence.
Oh my god.
And it's really bad. By the way, it's not just bad. There's one CGI thing that I have to go back and talk about. When they're sitting, because I'll explain why I'm going back to this right now. When they're sitting out there having their famous hot dogs with the works on them, there's a bird flying over them that is so profoundly CGI.
On the docks or on the rocks?
Yeah, it was just like, meh. It looked like the bird from Birdemic. Like, it should look terrible, right? All of this gunfire, like, on the car and everything, is all CGI. Like, it just looks bad. It looks just really, really bad. And, like, yeah, I've seen tutorials on YouTube how to do this in Final Cut Pro. Yes.
Bird, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Are you
dude.
sure that's CG?
A lot of it is CGI.
No, I'm talking about the bird.
I think that bird is definitely CGI. That bird does not move in a way that birds move. I'm not buying it. So yeah, then there's just this large shootout sequence.
Yeah,
There's not much to talk about here.
In this sequence, Mary takes her silver Hyundai Elantra and is the toughest car in the world because this thing is getting shot up with M16s and shit.
And it was bulletproof at first.
Right.
It's taking a lot of gunfire.
It's taking a whole lot of gunfire. Mary takes her Kia Sportage and she drifts, right? There's like 8,000 dudes with M16s firing at this thing. She drifts into a turn, rolls the window down, takes out her pistol, and pop, 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 shoots and kills people with one bullet each.
She Eddie Murphy did that shit. Like in Harlem Nights, right?
Yeah.
That's what she did. But it looked really bad.
It looked...
Yeah, the way this was cut, this part where she actually does that drift, I didn't know what direction she was drifting into.
I'm not sure.
Like if you watch it, she's driving at them and her car turns around and then she's shooting out the front.
Yeah, she's
in the same direction.
She's in the forward direction, even though she's turning.
But she did a 180.
Right.
So how the fuck which direction did she drive past them and then spin around?
She double drifted. It's the infamous double drift.
Like, what the fuck? You know what?
She did a donut.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
Absolutely no reason.
I mean, what else? What other reasons do you do a donut? No, there are no reasons.
This was the best action scene in the movie.
That does not say much.
It wasn't good, so it's and look, I don't have a problem with a woman being a badass.
No.
I feel like she was more of a badass in Smoking Aces when she was a hitman there.
Yeah, she was actually. Yep.
But eventually, after she did a donut in her invincible car and took out those dudes, she goes into the warehouse, takes out a couple more dudes, and she meets with the final boss, Tom. And after they exchange a couple insults, Mary walks away because Mary's like, "Hi, nigga, I got you sprung. You can't kill me because you want to fuck me." And Tom is like, "I'll do it. I'll do it." And
you don't know me. You don't know my life.
And Tom fires. Mary dodges and fires back, hitting Tom. Tom collapses. Mary approaches. Oh, so one of the insults was Tom was like, "You're not the mothering type, Mary." And then she just turns away. And then that's when Tom is like, "I'll shoot you. And then fuck you. But I'll shoot you." And he fires. She is a precog and dodges and fucking fires back.
She's a precog.
And it hits Tom. Tom is down. She stands over top of Tom and she gives the worst one-liner I've ever heard any action hero say in the history of moving pictures. "Newsflash, asshole. I am the mothering type." Bam!
I don't remember that.
The movie should have been called Mothering. Because you're supposed to include the general premise of the movie title, I feel like. Yeah.
Mary finds Danny and they drive away, and then there's a skit of like, "Ooh, where's your door? You buckle up. You buckle up, because you don't have a door." I'm just like, all right, yo, there's $7 down the drain. This movie is the prime example of why I don't have a problem if you torrent movies, because I paid $7 was it $6 or $7?
It was
$6 to rent this shit, and I really do want my money back.
You can watch it again. To get your
No,
money's worth.
fuck this movie. Fuck everybody that made it. And if you like it, fuck you too.
Are you looking forward to more Iranian directed blaxploitation?
This shit was so bad, yo. Like, this was really, really bad. And I think one of the reasons I'm really mad at it is because she's
a better actress than this?
Well, yeah, like, she's a better actress than this, of course. But, yeah, and she was understandably upset that this film wasn't being marketed. And
I get it.
I get that from her perspective. What I don't get is everyone making it about race and sex when you haven't seen the movie.
Right. No, it didn't look good to me, like, from the trailer.
It didn't look right. It didn't look good. And all you people who say that stuff, I know for a fact that you did not support this movie in the theaters.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah,
did.
Terrence
Right.
did.
Terrence did.
He's a goddamn liar. Most
That's weird. But, yeah, I saw this movie in the theater, so I supported it.
So
I watched it again. A little bit.
I did not support it in the theater. I'm sorry. I stand with you, Blackwood, but I did not stand on this.
Yeah.
I cannot help you here.
I'm really mad I spent $6 on that, man.
Yeah, I rented it too. I wasn't too pleased about it.
Christ almighty, yo.
But, I mean, that it does go to a thing like, don't be so sure that a movie is not getting promoted because it has anything to do with race. Sometimes it can just be because it's not very good.
Yeah.
The studio was well aware that this wasn't good. And so they burned it. They were just like, don't bother. Who
And
cares?
that's why they released it in the middle of January.
Yeah.
To no fanfare. Because it's like, we got to cut our losses.
Yeah. And I think it almost made its money back.
It almost did, yeah. It's the budget is estimated to be 14 to 30 million, apparently.
And then it made like 28, I think.
And it made 21.8.
Or 21, there you go. So who knows? I don't know. But this movie was really, really bad. Like, it just was.
Yeah, this is I'm glad we don't keep like a running tally of movies that we choose, because this is one solidly in the L column for me.
What is the worst movie to you, this or Shaft 2000?
This.
Okay. I was going to say that is the
this.
correct answer.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Shaft 2000, but I can watch it. I cannot watch this. I cannot do it.
No, this was really, really annoying.
This was right. This was really, really bad. Like I need to watch The Preacher's Son to get the stench of this out of my brain.
Yeah, I like that movie. So that makes sense. All right. I think that is more than enough.
Whew, I am sorry, y'all.
Yeah, that was a stinker. All right. Not bad. Hour and 18 minutes. You made it.
All right.
Give people what they want.
Lord.
All right. That is it for Proud Mary, episode 130. So look forward to a preview episode for preview to episode 131 coming up next week, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Bye.
We out.